Hi, guys. My name is Vita. I'm from Ukraine, Sumy, and welcome to my live stream today, as always. Today, you, as usually, have me for 2 hours live. I am at your full disposal, okay? So, today's topic is Will Putin nuke Ukraine? So, we're gonna discuss it. I will give you my opinion. I will give you opinion of our people, and probably you're gonna share with me your ideas. So guys, before we get started, here is a short video as always for those who just joined our channel and who don't know still about what this channel and what's the main purpose.
Hello, привет, and welcome to ukrainedating.tv. Our channel is the world's first of its kind, providing free live streaming every single day, 7 days a week with the real, genuine, beautiful Ukrainian ladies. Finally, now you have the opportunity to video chat live 7 days a week with different beautiful Ukrainian girls of all ages and walks of life. You get to ask all your deepest burning questions about all things Ukraine, Ukraine culture, Ukraine women, and Ukraine current events. And if you come to enough of our live streams, you might just discover what makes us mysterious women tick. Guys, I think you understand we're like David fighting Goliath here to bring you the truth once and for all. Our channel's purpose is to debunk the myth and stigma created by the toxic paper letter scam industry. And we hope you agree the best way to accomplish that is by giving you the opportunity to video chat with average Ukrainian girls that represent the real women of Ukraine. And then you be the judge about what's real and what's not. Guys, please know that we're doing this all for you. So do me a favor and subscribe to our new channel and help us help you, your fellow man, and help us bring Goliath to his knees. So guys, can I ask you to share this video with all your friends? Only together we can make a difference, guys.
Ukrainian women, it's like 5 in 1. It's perfect mothers, perfect wives, perfect cookers, perfect lovers, perfect housekeepers, and perfect friends. Every man is a hunter, and every woman is a target. So every hunter wants to get his target. And every target, at the end of the day, would like to be chased and caught. Believe me, you will be happy with her. This lady, when she gets you, trust me, she will keep you with both hands and never let you go. Believe me, guys, the lady who is really interested in you and who really likes you never will ask you for money, for gifts, or for presents from the early beginning of your relations. Why women look for foreign husband? Because women tired of laziness and non-responsibility of our men.
If we're talking about spontaneous sex on the first date, it also can be great for sure if both of you feel the magic and chemistry, but only from physiological side. Regarding psychology, guys, in majority of cases, chemistry is one of the smallest reasons why she may want you just on the first date. So remember, date is always for Ukrainian women is kind of exhibition. She will look at you, she will listen at you, smell you even, and evaluate you to make a general conclusion about your future destiny. So guys, I'm back again. The last video was about me. For those guys who don't know who I am, why I'm here, what I'm doing here, and with what I'm trying to bother you, right? So guys, as always, for 2 hours, if nothing special will happen, so feel free to ask me any questions regarding this topic which I announced we're gonna discuss with you today. Will Putin nuke Ukraine? You can share with me your ideas. That will be also very interesting for me. And feel free to ask any questions regarding dating in Ukraine, matchmaking, mysterious Ukrainian ladies, right? Our Ukrainian traditions, culture. So actually, whatever you are interested in to learn about psychology and Ukraine itself, so you're welcome. Please, no need to be shy. And I'm waiting for your activities. Also, don't forget, please, to subscribe to our both channel if you still didn't do it. And of course, please give us your likes, because I see we have lots of views, guys, but not so many likes, and that disappointed me greatly. So please do us a favor, because we are working here for you, to please you, to educate you, to give you some special knowledges, and to help you to become successful. So I think that's not so difficult to put likes. So be a gentleman, okay? Be gentleman. So guys, also don't forget that other ladies on our channels streaming every day at random times and random days. So hit the bell in order not to miss live streams of our other girls. For now, we have just 7 ladies, but in future, of course, we're going to have much more. So let's get started, guys, with this topic today. So topic is a little bit panicking, right? I guess, but I feel, European people probably panicking even more than Ukrainian population, and I will explain you why. Because I think we Ukrainian people who live in these circumstances for already 8 months, will be right, like in 10 days something. So 23rd October will be 8 months, sorry. So we a little bit get used to this. Anyway, due to psychology of any person, the person cannot be scared for a very long time. And so what your psychology does with you, you just stop being scared. You're scared, but deeply, subconsciously, right? But you learn to control these conditions somehow. So Ukrainian people, they used to such situations. So even in some forums, I read some comments like Ukrainian people are not afraid of nothing more, because we are really surviving here, and we got much of grief, of tears, of absolutely demolished, severely demolished destinies, lives, demolished future. So for us, it's already like normal condition, kind of routine. I will tell you, for the first months, we were almost living in basements. So far, now people try to live their normal life. Also, because with the time, you get the understanding and you start to realize, if it's a destiny, you're gonna be killed no matter where you are. Are you in the basement, or you're in the shopping center in a big mall, right? Or just walking in the street, or planting raspberry in your garden. So actually there is no chance, and only God knows what's gonna happen with you and when. I know some really, really tragic stories when people escaped from bombing from Kharkiv. They escaped abroad. They successfully spent there 2-3 months, and when it seemed to them that it's more safe now, they were coming back, and on the way back home, people were killed. So that's awful, and that sounds awful. And even now, we start to call present days a little bit like, like peaceful time, even subconsciously, because it's not like soldiers right now are here, right? This territory, this area is not occupied right now. So we, of course, start to feel relaxed, because when the tanks pass in your house and you feel the sound of them passing and constant shelling and everything, so of course you're much more stressed. Yes, but so I think that's a special case that people stop to be afraid so much. Of course, some people panicking, of course, but I guess Ukrainian people, they don't believe too much that Putin will push the button finally. Lots of reasons for that. First of all, USA absolutely obviously let him know if he dare to nuke Ukraine, so he will get absolutely and categorically very powerful and strong feedback. That doesn't mean that Europe or NATO or USA going to nuke Russia, right? So I don't think so. That will be done via some sanctions, maybe restrictions, some more strong and powerful limitations, switching payment systems, and maybe shooting by weapon, but some not with nuclear weapon, right? Some territory maybe in Russia, and some military places, right? Like maybe some organizations or where military is gathered at one place. So something like that. So he understands there is a great risk also that he will try to nuke from Belarusian territory. And probably, but I'm not sure Lukashenko will agree for that. So he still try to play between Putin and Europe, because he understand anyway. The feedback will be awful. Anyway, people, most Belarusian people is against him. So everything can turn just into civilian war inside the Belarus, and some result will be. So about nuclear hit, right? About nuking Ukraine, I really doubt. But he's crazy. Everybody knows he's crazy. We also, Ukrainian people were relaxed before announcing the war, right? This special operation. We actually didn't believe. Till the last moment, we couldn't believe. We were scared. We were afraid. Some people were smart enough to escape few days before, right? But anyway, we thought that there will be some negotiations and there will be some humanitarian, civilized, political decision and way to solve this problem. So kind of agreement. So we couldn't believe he will ever do that. But you see, he started that, and for 8 months we are fighting. So I guess the moment when he really can do that, will be when he will be like a rat, pushed to the corner, and he will really realize absolutely that there is no way out. So as I see, probably some meetings, some protests, people will maybe try to put him away, to change the president, something like that. When he will finally understand that he lost, because so far everybody understands theoretically that he lost. So I guess nobody doubts that Ukraine will win, because till the last Ukrainian person, we're gonna stand for Ukraine, we're gonna stand for our territory, we're gonna stand for our land, and nobody's gonna bend on the knees and say, okay, so we're gonna be part of Russia. No, that's never gonna happen till the last Ukrainian. So I guess one day will be some point when will be just two, maybe just the single way to decide to solve this problem, just to shoot himself. So only then probably he will decide to nuke, because he will not care. So the moment when he stops care, what's gonna happen, because he will understand it's by this way or another way, that's the end. That's the end. Maybe not physical end, but he lost people, his people, Russian people don't trust him. People want to put him away, to change absolutely governing of the country. So that will be huge shame. He will stay probably alone. In that case, that's my opinion. Probably I'm mistaken. I'm not a fortune teller, but I would like that it turned to be I'm right. But before he feels like a rat in the corner, hopefully somebody will have enough balls to kill him finally, you know, because that's craziness. That one crazy, insane, absolutely insane person blackmailing the whole world, the whole planet actually. Okay, maybe some few countries like North Korea, Eritrea. Thanks to Putin, we just learned what country is North Eritrea. So I never even knew about this country. So, but thanks to him, we know. And guys, I see you have some sound problems. So some problems with my sound, right? So now a little bit short advertisement, okay?
Hello, привет, and welcome to UkraineDating.tv. Our channel is the world's first of its kind, providing free live streaming every single day, 7 days a week with the real, genuine, beautiful Ukrainian ladies. Finally, now you have the opportunity to video chat live 7 days a week with different beautiful Ukrainian girls of all ages and walks of life. You get to ask all your deepest burning questions about all things Ukraine, Ukraine culture, Ukraine women, and Ukraine current events. And if you come to enough of our live streams, you might just discover what makes us mysterious women tick. Guys, I think you understand we're like David fighting Goliath here to bring you the truth once and for all. Our channel's purpose is to debunk the myth and stigma created by the toxic paper letter scam industry. And we hope you agree the best way to accomplish that is by giving you the opportunity to video chat with average Ukrainian girls that represent the real women of Ukraine. And then you be the judge about what's real and what's not. Guys, please know that we're doing this all for you. So do me a favor and subscribe to our new channel and help us help you, your fellow man, and help us bring Goliath to his knees. So guys, can I ask you to share this video with all your friends? Only together we can make a difference, guys.
So guys, I'm back again. Hopefully now you can hear me well, right? No extra sounds or something. Yeah, so let's continue our topic. I was just distracted. So let's hope for the best. And I would say that Ukrainian people are not panicking so much. I'm dealing with also transferring people from Ukraine to Europe and from Europe to Ukraine. And I don't see any agitage, any rush or any panic, like people start to escape, like a flood of people, like it was in March, in February, or right, even in April, in May. So now there was just few cancellations of the people who decided to get back from Europe to Ukraine when the last week we got this massive rocket hits, right? So people just postponed some trips back home because they decide we need to wait a little bit. But I don't see any extra or extraordinary or like decision to escape. So everything looks in the same way, and we get instructions, of course, in all mass media, in all these Telegram channels, how to behave, what to do, what medications we should have, what to do if nuclear explosion and you are outside, where to hide. But let's face the truth. Let's face the truth. Nothing will help, actually. No basement, nothing. If something, by the way, today I watched some program of the experts which considered if the nuclear hit will be done by him, so there won't be Kiev, that won't be Kiev or Odessa. That Sumy region, Sumy Oblast is one in the list. So actually north, east, and possible south. Only this part of Ukraine. So of course I hope that won't happen. So far people try to live their normal life, or at least try to pretend we are living normal life. Of course, we have lots of difficulties and reasons to be scared, but let's hope for the best. And of course, once again, gratitude and thankfulness for the Europe and NATO and European countries who really helped us, because with your help and support, guys, really probably the Ukraine wouldn't be on the map anymore. So thanks to your great financial and support and training our soldiers and giving us weapons, that all gives us chance really to survive and to win our victory and independence again. So that's also like personally to all of you guys, because you are citizens of all these countries, right? No matter. So lots of countries helped us. So from all Ukrainian people, I want to say you thank you, everybody who support Ukraine, who are on our side. And due to this help, hopefully we're gonna win. Yeah. So guys, that's my opinion. So I'm ready to answer your questions. Nothing but silicon. Putin ain't doing a damn thing. He would lose the little bit of support that he has. Every country that has abstained from voting at the UN Assembly would quickly change sides and support Ukraine. Yes, hopefully. But you see, Iran today, bad news, I guess, for us. Iran representatives came to Russia and they made an agreement about supply of rockets, and quite serious rockets, hundreds of rockets. The destination possible 300, starting from 300 up to 700 kilometers. That's huge destination. That kind of rockets we were asking for. But of course, I understand Europe or USA is still afraid that we can hit the Russian territory with those rockets. So unfortunately, but anyway, but this kind of weapon can really make our lives much more difficult, as drones kamikaze, because you know when they got the first portions of these drones, we start to suffer much. Also, the sirens, alerts of air raid sirens, start to be much longer. Of course, we had them very long at the beginning of war, sometimes like 5, 6, 7 hours. After, in the summer, they can be 2 hours, 3 hours, 1.5, so much shorter, sometimes even 15 minutes, sometimes half an hour. But now they are much longer. Why? Because the speed of these drones kamikaze much lower, like 100-150 kilometers an hour. So until they are flying, we're gonna have this air raid siren. So this can make things more difficult. I don't know if we can influence Iran somehow, but if we have somebody from Iran here, tell them they shouldn't do that. Yeah, but okay. So guys, your questions regarding this topic. Rodney, hi, hello Rodney, hello sweetheart, God bless you all in Sumi. Hope you are all safe and well. Lovely to see you. Best wishes from Blackpool in England, Rodney and family. Thanks, Rodney. Every time, send my hello also to your members of the family. Thanks, yeah. Thanks. Yeah. So, what you guys think about possibility and what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? So, Sakit Band. Is there any difference between Russians and Ukraine? Even before war, I made kind of video a few years ago about difference between Russians and Ukrainians. So even then, I was telling that there is a huge difference between us. For European people, we look the same, right? Physically, color of the skin, color of the hair, so body construction, right? So we look the same. Language sounds familiar, but still only now we understood how, only now we realized what a big difference even between our languages. As you know, all Ukrainians know Russian language and can absolutely easily speak Russian. We never thought about that, but seems like to talk in Ukrainian language, the articulation should be different. So that's funny, but at the beginning of war, we got kind of passwords and the checkpoints, right? So like the word Polyanitsa. I guess you know this meme, everybody, but that's not meme also. So that's kind of joke, but that's a serious story as well. So at the checkpoints, when Russians change dresses into civilians and try to pretend they are Ukrainians, that really was truth. They were asked by our like territorial protection groups, right, or our military groups, our soldiers, pronounce the word Polyanitsa. And I can tell you, none of Russians can pronounce that word properly. Nobody. So they can say Polyanitsa, but that sounds absolutely not in a Ukrainian way. So, you know, I am a Russian-speaking person. I was born in Soviet Union times. My family is Russian-speaking, my kids. Anyway, we all speak Ukrainian, but Polyanitsa for us is not a problem, but for Russian people, unfortunately, you can understand immediately. So that's why even Russians now, I see now in some forums, like commenting that we have ugly language because we have even different sounds, different way of pronunciation. So they consider even our language now to be ugly. So, but that's their choice, of course. So we are different. We are different. We look the same, okay? We look the same. European people, and even we cannot differentiate by physical features if it's Ukrainian person or Russian person, because we both country has blondes, brunettes, châtains, red hairs, right? So you cannot differentiate Ukrainian and Russian person, who is who. But mentality is different. I can tell you, even in Ukraine also there are some can be cruel people, like crazy people. That's understandable. So every nation has its bad and good points. But when I look how our soldiers treating people when they deoccupy territories or come into before occupied city, even how they treat animals, like abandoned dogs, abandoned cats. Unfortunately, we have millions of abandoned animals right now because some people were killed. Some people just couldn't take animals with them. Some people just too lazy. Some not so kind-hearted, and that's like that was one of the reasons why I also didn't leave Sume, right? Because I have 7 pets. For me, that was impossible. But some people think that's fine. Our soldiers even save kittens, like cats, dogs, whatever. And that also tells much about nature of our people. Of course, we have some sadist and maniac and rapers and whatever. That's understandable in every nation. But our soldiers, they are more kind, even kind-hearted. And that makes me feel, like more proud even for our soldiers. When I send some videos to my Russian friend, when she watched this video, she even, I don't say any word, I just send to see the difference. And even she noticed and she say, what kind of light coming from the faces of soldiers. They are much so kinder and loyal, and like they have big heart. So they share the last food sometimes with these abandoned animals. So I consider in a global meaning, yes, we are different. We have different story, different language, different culture, habits. Even if you look at, at, at music, Ukrainian music, popular music right now, it's all have some content, not just la la la, blah blah blah. If you listen to Russian music, modern pop music right now, uh, that's just kind of bullshit what they are singing. Some singers, yes, they have, but in Ukraine, much more substantial singers, substantial music with the content, with a sense. With a sense, when you hear, you really feel something. You can start crying. For me, for example, all these war theme songs now, they make me cry when I listen. I can listen them like for a very long time, many times. My kids love and adore now Ukrainian music. Before, the story was absolutely different, I can tell you. So yeah, we are different. I guess we are different. Physically not, but mentally, psychologically. Also, the difference between our women, that really not surprises me, but shocks me. 99% of video or calls of Russian soldier to their families, to their lovers, wives, girlfriends, they shock me. Such an indifferent, absolutely indifferent attitude of their women towards their men. So I don't understand. They don't care or what, or they just expect some money. They don't care. Sometimes Russian soldiers calls and cry, because they scared. They don't want to fight. They want to get back to normal life. They don't understand why. I won't say everybody, right? Most of them just crazy people, as I told at our first streams. They have this mentality, so they got what they deserve right now. No mercy. But anyway, some people really, they don't want. And when I listen the reaction of their wives, oh my God, none of Ukrainian wife will not tell the same words. They're cursing all the time. They are rude. Even I hear some babies crying on the back stage, right? And she's telling such disgusting, absolutely crazy things. So that shocks me. So even their women, they're just, they're crazy. They're crazy, they're cold, they're non-emotional. The only what they're interested in just to get some money, that her husband brings some shit from Ukraine, some washing machine or some sneakers. Even she tell him what size she need, what color she prefers. That's craziness. That's not people even. So that's why we are different, I guess. And I believe we now don't want to have nothing in common with them. Even name of the streets we had from Soviet Union times, name of the streets of some buildings. So we change all those names. We don't want to have nothing in common with them anymore, because they will be isolated, separated from the whole civilized world. And they have now, like, this stamp, Tavro, we called it, like we make for cows, like crazy people, absolutely, in 21st century. So that's why even in psychologically we are different, psychologically and mentally. Hopefully you got my answer and satisfied. So guys, Sakit Bante, is there, okay, I answered your question. So guys, let me check some, what, привет, pretty bad, okay, hope from Brazil, nice to hear you from Brazil. So questions, guys, give me a chance. Nothing but silicone. So from my experience, the two are very different. I mean, everyone is different from one another. But in college, I had a Russian girlfriend, and 6 years back, a Ukrainian. Russian girl was much colder. Absolutely. If you find on our main channel my video, but it was few years ago, I can be mistaken what year, but probably you can find difference between Ukrainian and Russian girls. Even genetically we are different. Even genetically we are from different ethnical groups. But I never knew why before I start to investigate, right, to observe this topic. Characters. Ukrainian wives during Cossack time. You remember probably, that's a fighting woman. Fighting, hot-tempered, very jealous, loud, like me. You see, I'm full of emotions. I'm typical Ukrainian, probably. You see, it's like a volcano burning inside of me, no matter I'm angry or I'm happy. And Ukrainian women, in most cases, they prefer to be like a equal partnership. They want to build equal partnership. They want also to decide something, to influence their husband if they're doing something, so to do together. And what's the right word? I don't know in English. So it's like a war women, actually. Wives of Cossacks constantly were together with them at war field. So they absolutely very frequently accompanied Cossacks while fighting for Ukraine independence, freedom, or whatever. What did most Russian women at those old ages? They stayed in their palaces. They were looking after kids. They were waiting for their husbands. So that's also a very big difference between psychological type of Ukrainian and Russian ladies. Russians really much colder. Not everybody, of course, because you can understand also pure Russians right now. What means pure Russians? Buryat, Tuvin, Mordva, Tatar people. So lots of ethnical groups even combined and confused even in Russia. So who is purely Russian person, genetically Russian? I guess that's not that definition probably even not exist right now, because it's really difficult. A lot of nations already confused. But anyway, due to the history, if you look at historical facts, they are women more passive, more submissive. So husband is more guiding the family and more obeying. Russian wife is more obeying. Ukrainian wife is more fighting, more hot-tempered, always will be jealousy, and always will want at least to be on the same level with you. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing if the woman is not crazy. If you find just like a crazy, insane lady, that's just another story. But you understand what I mean, right? Okay. Uh-huh. And good morning, good morning, good morning. Yani, good morning. Nothing but silicon. Yeah, that's a difficult one, even geographically. How many time zones does Russia cover again? So is it really going to vary? Of course, that vary because I have with Moscow, I guess right now we have same time. Before it was 1 hour difference. Before, now we have the same. I don't know why. Irkutsk, the place where I have my friend living, we have 5 hours difference. Like here is like 3:30 p.m. probably. They have 8:30, but we still communicating. Sorry. Juan, what happened? They took my money. Both restaurants did. It's no big deal. The meals weren't very expensive. So what happened? I want to see your previous comment. Sorry to hear that. 1 second, 1 second. What? It was better, but not great. So where is your first comment? What happened with you? Uh-huh. What? Morning, Juan. How was the food at the second restaurant? Much better. So you discussing, guys, restaurants, menu and prices. Menu and prices. So actually, even in Sumy, though we are in a bad zone, we consider to be in a bad zone, restaurants are working, some entertainment places are working. Of course, they're closing when air raids ran. As today, I went to a big mall, and I just came to the entrance, and air raids ran, so they let everybody out. They closed the door, and we have to stand outside. You never know how long it's gonna be, like maybe 1, 2, 3 hours, but I really need. And then it was over. I entered what I need fast and get back home. And then on my way back home was again air raid siren. So I said, oh, thanks God, I bought everything what I need. So no need to worry. Okay, guys. Yannick, hi. So you say hello to each other. Both restaurants, it's not big deal. The meals weren't very expensive, but that was at least tasty. Tell us, did you like? So guys, waiting. Probably I missed some comments, some questions. If yes, if somebody see I missed their comment, please do me a favor, comment once again until I'm looking for your questions. So also, guys, don't forget to join our live streams. As you know, I'm streaming every Saturday, Sunday. Also, don't miss other girl streams. Nothing but silicone. Now that I'm in my 30s, I only sleep about 4 to 5 hours a night. It's weird. I could sleep for 12 hours in my 20s. Yeah, you're too early to have problems with sleep. So probably something worries you. Probably. So then you need to find the reason, because if you're gonna sleep for so few hours for a long period of time, after you will start physically really bad. Believe me, I know how it works. Okay, Sakit Band, your question. Is it true Ukraine and Russia are suffering from population decline? Population decline. Sorry, I forget the word. Decline. What does it mean? Like increasing? I don't want to give you wrong answer. If you give me a second, I can Google Translate. I can Google Translate. But what I like in your comment, that the Ukraine is from caps lock and Russia is from small letter R. You are our person. So give me a second, guys. Prepare your questions so far. Guys, be active, because I want to also to hear your opinions, guys, about possibility of nuke in Ukraine. So please give me a chance to see your opinion, your ideas. Okay, decline. 1 second. Sorry. Отклонить. Population decline. So decreasing. You mean yes, of course, that's understandable. So just you can see how many soldiers, Russian soldiers, were killed already. By today, 65,000, if I'm not mistaken, just killed. So you can count, like you can multiply it in 2 or maybe 1.5 times, and you will see the amount of injured and invalidated people. So just think, 65 people, just 1,000 just gone for nothing. So of course, and people not ready to give birth, though a lot of babies were born even during the hottest days here, right? Because you can't stop the natural process. But now, of course, I think people who can plan, right? Not just happen accidentally, right? But who can plan and can control this. So I think these people will, of course, postpone giving birth and having babies for the more safe times. Yeah. So that's understandable. It's war, and lots of people killed. Only in Mariupol, more than 25,000 people were killed. So of course that's a great decline. Now I will know what does it mean. Sorry. Let's Joe Cox. Thanks. Yeah. Nothing but Silicon Vita. I don't think Putin will do it. Biden already said they would face repercussions like no one has ever seen. Yeah. That's why I guess he's crazy, but not to that kind, not to that level. If that happens, do you say would have no choice but to get involved? Yeah, and we wouldn't be alone. Yeah, I guess yes. Great Britain also, and some other country. Yeah. What? I find it unlikely that the Supreme Org will nuke Ukraine. One, severe global backlash. Yeah. Second, depending on where the nuke lands. Yeah. Many Russians will suffer also. That's true. Yeah. Russians might be heavily against it. Only a clear-minded Russian people, and I believe they're a very small percentage of normal Russian people left there, but there are, of course, definitely, absolutely. I have some people I know, and I see by some comments under experts' videos. So anyway, you see in the list of possible areas is Sumy Oblast, Sumy region. So like my house is just 25 kilometers away from borderline. So that's nothing. So if they hit something here, of course they're gonna be affected. Of course, that's for sure. So that's why some Russians probably so ignorant to that extent that they think or believe the wind is gonna blow to another side. And look how they were happy when we didn't have electricity for 2-3 days last week. Look, if you read their comments, that's so awful. Humans cannot be so cruel. doesn't matter how much we hate them, but we wish them death and some bad things, but not being suffering from some tortures, or something like really to be cut or to be burned or something. We just wish them to be dead or to get out of our land, nothing like this. But if you read their comments, what they wish us and what made them happy, oh my God, that's craziness. Even women, and they are considered to be mothers, wives. So craziness. Anyway, yeah, thanks for your opinion. I also think, but people cannot do anything there. Even if some people start to be against or protesting or something, if he decides, he will do. But let's hope somebody will stop him by that time. Mhm. What? There is a saying, a barking dog does not bite. Those talking about it are ignorant. They let others lead their lives. That is all Soviet mentality. Yeah, but you see, this old dog, turned out appears to be not only barking, but biting as well. So nobody can actually, even people who were close to him and were working with him in government for few years, so they considered to know him quite well. They cannot, forecast him. They cannot make prognosis about what he really decide to do. So they can think, but you see, he is out of logic, so sometimes not understandable. They're insane. Absolutely nothing but silicon. Absolutely. I think they're insane. We all know Biden is weak one. He's a blowhard. I will not judge any other presidents. I can judge only Putin, Lukashenko, Kadyrov, and this Hungarian Viktor Orban. Who surprised me greatly. But Hungary always have been specific country, so that's a little bit expected from them. Anyway, I guess the part of Western Ukraine, which is really close to Hungarian border, not almost all, but huge amount of Ukrainians at their place have Hungarian passports and citizenships already. So probably Putin promised him, if he win, so to present him this part of Ukraine. Probably. That's my thoughts. I'm not sure, I can be mistaken, but I think that's a possible option, because otherwise I can't understand why he is so trying to put veto on some restrictions, on some sanctions, right? So anyway, though Ukraine is much closer to him and a lot of Ukrainian people live there and work there and study there and make business there, so that's not understandable for me either, that the politics of that country. But anyway, as for Biden, can't say anything. We anyway not judging right now. We are thankful for everything what have been done and what will be done more, hopefully for us. But so I'm not sure. Juan, in my opinion, Biden blows hot air. No one takes America seriously these days. Any repercussions will be led by European Union. The US will try to make it look like they are in charge. Probably. But thanks for your opinion and idea. Nothing but what I don't know if they are against it, why they always talking about it. I watch Russian media for laughs and giggles. Yeah, they always talk about using them. Yeah, strange people, absolutely. If Russia does, if there is no going back for Russia, then yeah, absolutely. So guys, I confuse your comments. Juan, I don't like Biden either, but I think he's done a good job in regards to Ukraine. Absolutely, I agree. So I'm not interfering, like, I mean, in politics, because I know some people didn't love Trump, some people didn't love Biden, some other vice versa, right? So we cannot judge about the political processes really not living there. So that's why sometimes when I hear some opinions about people who live like 10,000 kilometers away from me about what's really going on here, trying to push some absolutely another idea into my brains, to put it into my head. So that really makes me furious, because I say, you guys cannot really know what's going on here because you're not living here. You can just watch some video, you can read some articles, you can listen what people say, but you are not here. So that's why if I'm not sure for 100%, I will never judge. So I don't know what's political direction and is it good for USA or not, because not 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 having a lot of political background for such knowledges, right? So that's why I cannot judge, but if you say like this, so probably yes. So what if various EU countries decided to nuke them back? No, I heard today nobody is going actually, because that will make like a global chaos, you know, and that will break all the rules of non-spreading nuclear weapon. So they also should think, I mean, European countries and USA, they also should think that on Russian territory there are lots of innocent people, civilian people. So we are not terrorists. We are not terrorists, right? We are not occupiers. We are just defenders. We are defenders and we are fighters for our freedom. That's it. So we don't want to hurt them because there are lots of kids and lots of civilian peoples. So that's why I guess this they won't make. But with some normal weapon, some usual weapon, I mean, not nuke, so probably, why not? Tony, yeah, not to get too far into politics, but things are not looking great in the US. I think this war influence, guys, all the world now. The economy situation is getting worse. The prices are growing and increasing. Lack and deficit of fuel, of gas. Of course, that influence everybody right now. That influence everybody, every country in this or other way, right? So we should survive this situation somehow. What Vita, YouTube only allows 200 characters per message. That line, if various European countries decided to nuke them back, was the third one. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So Russia is the influencer, not Ukraine. Yeah, yeah. So guys, what questions? If you see, guys, if you see that I missed somebody's question, like which you want to get answer, please send it again, okay? Because I am afraid I confused some of them. Yeah, what? He's been saying that they would use nukes from the start of the war. They've showed videos of simulations on what nukes would do various places in Europe, but no word on that would happen to them. Yeah, hopefully he will not dare to hurt Europe. Dick, Russia nuke Ukraine. Are you being serious? Yeah, we are discussing this topic, so you can give us your opinion. So we are interested to listen all opinions to make the clear picture. As I told you at the beginning, I don't believe so much, but I'm not expert in this. I just can feel, analyze some facts, maybe knowing a little bit psychology of people. So what I would do at his place, right? If something, then something. So, but you guys share, of course, your ideas. Yeah. So, guys, maybe somebody have some. Hmm? What do you mean here, Dick? What do you mean? So, is it okay for Ukraine to bomb the power plants? No, that's not okay. That's why Ukraine is not bombing. That's why Ukraine is not bombing. But if they will nuke Ukraine, then the whole world should give some feedback, right? So we cannot be only victims because there's no our fault. Somebody just came and start to fight with us, to occupy us. So it can be like endless. Somebody is bombing us 24/7, the whole territory of Ukraine, or the biggest part of Ukraine, let's say northern, right? Like Sumy Oblast, not Sumy itself right now, but Sumy Oblast is, oh my God, suffering, like western, southern, central parts of Ukraine. So that can be endless. So we also need to do something as an answer, right? Nothing but silicone, Vita. If it does happen, you and your family can come stay on my property. Жанна too, for sure. Will you accept me with my 7 pets? Just imagine what kind of chaos can be in your apartment. Just for you to know, I have 4 dogs. The one is really big, around 50 kilograms, but not aggressive. All them absolutely sweet. So 4 dogs, tick, 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 and 3 cats. So if you're okay with that, ducks, okay, ducks, I can live here. Ducks and chickens, I can live here. But dogs and cats, they are like also kind of my kids. So that's why I wouldn't forgive myself if I just abandon them. So if you're ready, then yes, then thanks for your proposal, right? Oh, you have 141 acres. Oh my God, yeah. So what you are doing with this huge amount of land? Are you planting something? Are you harvesting? Are you selling something? Like kind of business, kind of farms? That's a huge, huge area. Nice. Mm-hmm. Juan, every nation's president should make the interest of his her own nation for priority. Absolutely. If every nation did that, nations wouldn't have to rely on others so much. Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Of course. First, you guys care about your own country and safety. And if you have some potential and desire and resources extra, additional to help others, then you do that. Yeah, then you do that. I agree. Mhm. So, Dick, I'm not a favor of war. This is a Christian on Christian tragedy. Ukraine has done a deal with the devil. Oh my God, this is always the result. I won't agree with that, but probably some point of truth. I'm not politician, guys. I'm a simple, plain person, common person. I can judge only on what I read, what's going on here. I personally don't feel any bad influence of USA. I personally, me, right? So I would tell you honestly, not much people in Ukraine can tell about something like this. So almost such comments I heard mostly from Russian people, yes, about this, but not from Ukrainian. Some probably yes, but not so much. So I really cannot judge. I really cannot judge because that's too deep political topic. Mm. But I heard such versions too. Mhm. Nothing but silicone. I have dogs, though. I think they may have eaten a neighbor's cat once. No, no. You are not feeding your dogs? Why they should eat cats? Oh my God! Don't be, don't be severe. Feed them well. Even, even I, in these difficult times, try to feed them well, in order to avoid some diseases or some extra visiting to veterinary, because it can be expensive now. I don't want sick animals at home. Yeah, it was a problem with my dog at the beginning of war, at the very bad times. Oh my God, and one of my friends, he went to Poltava, and I was begging for one small medications for injections for my dog. So I was really happy to find that, and I asked him to buy me two just in case. But that was a real happiness, because everything was closed. You couldn't find anything even for people. You couldn't find even simple disinfectants. So yeah. Mhm. Yeah, this is a Christian on Christian war. About that, yes, I agree with you, but as you see, Ukraine didn't plan or didn't want. I guess my mind, nobody in the world even had an idea to start war with Russia. I think only crazy person could plan something like that. And if you really think like yeah, probably USA consider Russia to be a like a conqueror, right? Like they conquer on the economical basis or something like that. But I don't really think that somebody really seriously meant to start war with Russia. That would be insanity. Like huge country, 140 million people, and as he demonstrated us, the level of his military, the amount of weapon he has, and even being nuclear country, I don't really think somebody really planned it and mean it. But that's my idea. Okay, so guys, you don't get me wrong. So we are just discussing here like a friendly chat. I'm not pretending to be the top of truth, right? Because nobody of us knows for 100% the truth anyway. So we know only what we allowed to know. And we can analyze, we can be thinking people, self-educating people, right? Read and listen and watch different resources, not only from one side. So different kind of information we can get and digest, analyze, and only then we can make conclusion. But I guess anyway, none of us maybe is right? So we're gonna see it by experience. Just we need to survive that. Only then we can understand if we were right or not. Mhm. Nothing but silicone. Tony Cho, I think you're absolutely correct. He's been leaving ridiculous messages from the start. Yeah. Claims Russia is an influence. The West influence the East. The East does not influence the West. Yeah, some interesting chain, right? Some interesting chain. Guys, also who wants to, like, we have today political topic to be discussed, right? But if somebody want to ask about girls and dating, so don't be shy to interrupt us, our political um, debates. So maybe somebody is interested in girls. Mhm. what, nothing but silicone. Their territory pack mentality. I know that part. I grew up with dogs. Ours always thought they owned the entire neighborhood and considered others as intruders. Oh, yeah. Mine are different. They know just the territory, which is limited by fence. Of course, if the neighbors come closer to the fence, they start to bark. Uh, but nobody will attack probably. And if they come out of the yard, so of our territory, so they stop barking because they understand. They understand. So depends also on bringing up, right? On discipline of dogs. Mhm. William, glory to Ukraine and to Ukrainian people. I really, guys, today, we always now during, especially during these hard times, because only now we can realize and see the power of Ukrainian nation and union of the whole nation. Not everybody, of course, still, but in general. So the nation is absolutely united. We are on the same page. We are thinking, we are praying, we are wishing, we are sending some humanitarian things to our soldiers, even at schools. We collecting some sweets, some warm clothes, and everybody doing that absolutely voluntarily, absolutely. And of course, I know that every soldier would like to get something from home or from dearest people, even something like maybe not so much important. As I told you, the godfather of my elder daughter, he's at the war field right now in the very hot place, and I really worry about him. So he was happy with just warm socks because I was sending him protection bracelet, and he just asked me for warm socks. So he was happy with that. And today he sent me some videos, like real videos from where he is. And I just start crying from this feeling, because I know him absolutely peaceful man. Absolutely, he's a driver of the bus in his ex-life, before war life, in peaceful times. He was driving bus from Kiev to Sumy and along the Sumy. So he not smoking, not drinking, absolutely religious person, full of belief in God. And he is at war, and this weapon next to him, and all these blindages and all these constructions in the war field. And at night he said it was -7. To see him in this situation, knowing him for almost 10 years, oh no, not 10 years, 15 years, 15, I know him 15 years. That was like a really, that hurt me. I really worry. And of course, that's really hard to imagine. We all understand that it's a difficult situation for soldiers to be there, but when you see it with your own eyes, yeah, very hard, very hard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 1 second. Glory to Ukraine. Uh-huh. Nothing but silicone. Yep, and they have good dogs too. Lab, golden retriever, and Australian shepherd. Oh, Australian shepherd, so nice. It isn't like I'm rolling with pit bulls, German shepherds, or Rottweilers, because they're aggressive, right? Not saying those aren't good dogs too. Every dog, every dog. Probably the only dog I wouldn't get for myself, that's a Yorkshire Terrier. You know this, when ladies like to hold them under their hands, or in some fashionable bags, making them hairdressing, something, put some decorations. Those dogs, I don't know why. No, anyway, I mean, I would love any dog. I would love any dog, but dogs should have somebody, should be not so delicate. Like, for example, my smallest puppy, his breed is Toy Terrier, so he actually should be like very miniature, very delicate, and easy to injure, easy to get trauma. but I made from him a real wolf. Like we call him mini Doberman, because he's absolute copy of Doberman, but just small one, you know. And his character, he's so brave, but at the same time he's so sweet. But I like when the dog has body, not so fragile, you know, not so fragile. Even now in the morning, today we had like -3 in the morning already, so it's not absolutely not comfortable outside, so you need to put something warm on you to get outside. But for him, any problem. I believe any other dog of this breed living in the apartment will have lots of warm clothes on him and still will be trembling, you know. Mine is okay. He's like a soldier. So I made him, even small dog can be a real dog. So I have my own theory about this. Guys, we have 45 minutes with you more. Chihuahua are dangerous. I used to have one and it hates me. Really? Oh my God. And your Chihuahua loved somebody? Because my toy terrier, he loves me greatly, and elder daughter. The small daughter, the youngest, he's trying to bite, though he loves her. He's licking her hands, he's playing with her, she's feeding with hands him, but he's still conquering with her. Absolutely, even for the place at the bed. So, and he can bite, but I make him, you know, you're trying to make discipline with him. And here, he's Chihuahuas has special characters, but can be sweet. Yeah. So guys, look for what with the corruption in the military and some of the screenshots that appeared about the spy drones, wonder if they have the means to do so. Yeah, actually they left a lot of military at the war fields and in the occupied territories and areas. Actually, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's true or not, but they say we got abandoned equipment, right? Weapon and like tanks, something like this, from abandoned, which left Russian soldiers, which we have get as a help from Europe and US. So actually, they left a lot of. So we can use it, we can modernize it, repair and use it. So why not? So we are discussing hemp now, guys. That's wheat. So I'm you mean what we mean? The real thing is the legal here. Hemp is a bit too hippie for me. Okay, so 141 acres of hemp. We are coming to you. We are coming to you. Here, guys, about this. If you plant it even for your personal need, and some neighbor can report to police, or you will be punished. You will be punished. So you cannot plant even a little bit for your own needs. So until nobody's know, it's okay. And if somebody will see and report, so you're gonna have some problems. Yeah. What? Vita, yes, they gave a lot of silos to the Ukrainian farmers. Oh, yeah, definitely. And probably you see how our people were still in tanks. Oh, my God, carrying them with the tractors. So, yeah, our people so inventive, so inventive. That's happiness to know that our people are really able to do such wonderful things sometimes. We can be proud. But Vita, it's legal to have one plant here for personal use, but you are not allowed to have more or to sell it. We have coffee shops here that sell soft drugs. Okay. I'm anyway not in this topic. I mean, not user or something, but of course I know one plant, can it be enough for one person, for the use of one person, or it just need more? That what the Ukrainian farmer that stole a Russian military vehicle at the start of the war made me laugh so hard. Yes, and that happened, by the way, not only here. That happened in our region, in Sumy region, and that happened even, I guess, in Southern Oblast. Gypsies stole the tank. Gypsies stole the tank, but with the tractor, when he carried this tank to his farm, I guess that was in Sumy region, in our oblast. Yeah, at the beginning of war. Yeah, our people, they are so funny and so inventive, and they can do really miracles now. Juan, it's also naturally resistant to insects, so far as I know. Probably that was Sumy. Yes, I guess that was in Sumy Oblast, because I remember that story. I can be sure, but I need just to check it to find that video. I believe that was in Sumy region. Sumy, by the way, they are really big heroes right now. Nobody talks too much about Sumy, because not actually, we just get incoming hits, but no like real war fields or fighting or trying to occupy or something. So now Russians on our territory, but we are suffering from missiles, rockets, shelling, whatever, like day by day. So they just want to make everything flat to the ground. So they shoot hospitals, schools, like cultural places, even chemistries and graves. But I mean, Sumy people really made wonderful things from the beginning. We didn't, as I said, we didn't have military here. Absolutely, we were bold and naked, no weapon, just nothing. People were fighting with just some sticks, just being motivated. We did these cocktails, fire cocktails, right? And Sumy surprised the whole world, I guess, at the beginning of war. Yeah, when we deoccupied the territory, that was a real, like, great day. Yeah. You guys are so awesome. Do you remember the story, guys, about the lady who threw the jar with pickles, with cucumbers, and it was drone or airplane or something? She just hit it and it fall down. That wasn't joke, by the way. I believe that was Kiev lady. If I'm not confusing, but that was true. That wasn't meme or joke or anecdote. That was true story. In Sumy, even in the first days when the military column were passing by through Sumy, people were throwing some burning cocktails even from windows and stopped them. They burned few tanks or something, and the special service, probably the not correct word for incassator. No, probably not. The special car which comes to the banks to take money and to bring them back safely and then back, this car. So this car was driving along the city and met BTR just in the middle of the street, and they start to fight. They took this BTR and they took these guys and brought them to police. So that was also awesome. So lots of stories like this about Sumy. Lots of stories. Yeah, so we are proud. And Sumy historically, like land of partisans. What? I remember the nice lady that gave seeds to Russian soldiers so they could grow flowers. Yeah, sunflowers. Yeah. No, the story was not only this story. Probably you know the story. when the grandmother, really like old lady, when they occupied, but I will not tell lie because I don't remember where it was. She prepared for them pies with mushrooms or something, and she put, guys, I guess something really scary, like poison or something. And when they eat, lots of them died. So that's also a true story. So just simple grandmother, simple old lady, and she was so brave enough to do something. Probably the lady survived Second World War and she knows how to act. But I really admiring the character of old person who decide to help in a way she was able to do at least something to stop at least some group of soldiers. That's awesome, really. That's awesome. Yannick just need some will looters to tip those tanks over. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hello Yannick, nice to see you, by the way. Nothing but silicone. How did Russian soldiers not know that digging trenches of Chernobyl would be a bad idea, all while the point workers are encouraging them to dig more? That was a real, like, kind of anecdote. That was a sad story, guys. But for me, I still couldn't understand. Are they so stupid, like to that extent stupid? But those people, they were living, also some of them, I believe, in Soviet Union. They remember Chernobyl. They don't know what means Chernobyl. So how that was possible? First of all, they came there, no protection, no special medications to take just to protect your body. And when they moved out back via this red forest, I guess, right? The right word, red forest, which is called like specifically because of high level of radiation there. How that could happen? Oh my God, almost all of them died and came absolutely full of radiation, and they brought this to their families, probably to their country. I can't understand. Are they obeying to that extent, or or just so stupid? For me, that's a great surprise. We never know what was in their mind. That's the same what they are doing with Zaporozhye. Not the same, but they also playing with nuclear power in Zaporozhye power station, right? Craziness. Yeah. What, Vita, you misunderstand. It was not poison. She was trying to to cleanse them, but their bodies couldn't handle it. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely, yeah. Probably just unusual food, right? Like if I go to Taiwan or Philippines, for example, or India, and they have absolutely different kind of food, like too spicy or too oily maybe, which my body cannot accept, then yes, probably I will have some stomach problems. I will definitely have, right? Even so, that's possible. So yeah, probably, yeah. So that also tells that Russians and Ukrainians are absolutely different, even digesting system, right? So what is good for Ukrainian is death for Russian people. Not for all, of course, but for occupiers. I never wish bad things to just civilians, people who not involved in this. I just want everything just stopped. The sooner the better, and never beer again. But to live in Sumy Oblast from now on will be really dangerous. I cannot imagine just the last day of the war. It will be announced like during the Second World War, like it's the end of war, or it will be just slow, like slowing down, like step by step, day by day, more calm, more silent, and 1, 2, 3 days, then silence. Or how this end of war will be announced or declared. So how we understand. So I never believe that Putin will say, okay, I lost. So, or maybe he will tell to his population, to his people, that we reached the goals, we reached the targets. what we planned to get, right? So we did what we needed to do. So now USA and NATO knows who we are, and they will never try to attack us again. So probably that will be the fairy tale for Russian people. But I cannot imagine the end of the war, though we are waiting very much. And it will be really dangerous to live here, because anytime they can just maybe come into somebody's mind to start shoot. Probably. Who knows? But really interesting what's gonna happen in future. Johnson, hi. Hello. Nothing. I want this to end very soon. Help rebuild the country, have Ukraine join NATO, and Zelensky win the Nobel Peace Prize. Zelensky surprised us greatly. And I believe he surprised lots of people, though I know still some people against him, and they consider something, every president of every country will have his, because he's just the person, he will have some bad and weak points probably. And never ever I heard that people, absolute majority of country people, of citizens, will be happy with the president of the country. So some were for Trump, some were against, like for Biden, right? So everybody, like Zelensky. But Zelensky really made us proud. He didn't left the country. He's attending soldiers. He's just simple as he is. He's talking to people, and he, of course, knock all the doors with all his feet and legs and head just to get some help and to be heard. That's really, I believe, none of the possible Ukrainian presidents wouldn't be able to do that. And for that, he deserves great respect, great respect. And I believe most people, even who were here against him, now change their minds. Still some, of course, who will be against and will find Zrada like deceiving everywhere, right? But he is a good guy, and he really did great. I think with another president, probably that would end much faster. Yeah. So yeah, that's my opinion. So I believe he in some way changed the world, in some way. Yeah. My best friend and I actually had a trip paid for to visit Chernobyl, but then COVID happened months later. Yeah. There were some trip, but personally, I don't want to go there. For me, it's a scary place. I was small. I was young girl when Chernobyl exploded. I remember my mom. Probably she was one of the wisest women all over the country. I don't know from where she knew that, but she kept me inside the house for a few months. She never let me out. Never let me out. Wet clothes were covering windows, wet washing all the time, washing. When other kids were playing outside, even under that poisonous rain. So my mom kept me. I was angry, I was sad, but she said, I know what I'm doing. So maybe due to that, I wasn't influenced by Chernobyl, though lots of people of my age, they have this different kind of diseases and bad influence on their health. So just I wouldn't go to Chernobyl. For me, it's scary. Yannick, yeah, while Putla just sit in his fucking bunker. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Afraid of everybody, afraid to be poisoned, afraid to get corona, afraid to be killed, probably. I just can imagine how much scare and fear he should have in his mind. But probably not. So, guys, we have 25 minutes with you. Okay, some questions, some nothing but silicon. Zelensky stayed while Russia was knocking at his door. Absolutely, yeah. number 2 military, at least on paper. Yeah, so we all knew at the beginning, no chances. Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine military, just nothing, just zero, no train, just some part of it, yes, after 2014, right? But like it seems absolutely impossible that we can win or at least stop them somehow. Absolutely. No, nobody believed that. That was just like the end of the life. That's it. So Zelensky, yeah, he has my respect. Mine too, honestly, mine too. Whereas the Afghan president fled when the Taliban were miles away. Yeah, absolutely. And I believe any other person would do the same. You could see even lots of our deputies there in Monaco, all over the world right now, all over the world. But Zelensky keeps fighting. I see he's very tired, really tired. But we have to respect him because he's doing great. New lady streaming in 23 minutes. Vita also has other responsibilities. Get her a cloning machine and she might be able to stream for 24 hours on the other channel. Oh yeah, guys, I can talk endlessly. That's my bad. That's my bad side, probably. When I start talking, nobody can't stop me. So I can talk and speak about absolutely different topics. But of course, for me, easier to tell about something what I really aware of and have some experience and knowledge, like something about psychology, something like this, but as for politics, I can just share my ideas and ideas of most of the people here. But deep political questions, of course, I wouldn't even dare to judge because I'm not an expert. So yeah, but to talk 24/7, oh my god. Yeah, responsibilities I have. You forget, guys, except these 2 hours, I have 22 hours in my day. 22 still. So lots of things to do and lots of time to do anything. Of course, for me, being such a busy lady, I would like to have 48 hours a day, and like a Shiva, to have at least 4 more hands, maybe one more head would be good, like this analyze this and this analyze these tasks. So yeah, that's funny, but I can really do a lot during the day. But as for talking, that's if if the man cannot. My husband sometimes asks me, "Why are you speaking so fucking loudly?" Sorry, but I say that's my being energetic. I'm not passive. I'm hot-tempered woman. I'm very active and I'm very emotional. If I like something, if I believe in something, I'm confident in something, then I will convince. I will put all my energy. So yeah, I'm not shouting, not screaming, but I'm really a little bit loud lady. A little bit loud lady. Matthew, hello, nice to see you. Zelensky reminds me of Winston Churchill. Uh, Probably Winston Churchill more wise and more stronger politician, I believe. But I believe Zelensky has a very good perspective in the future. I hope he deserves, and he's really doing good now. Yannick, Yavita is the best of them all. No, everybody has some different energy, some different charisma. I believe in that. And even that doesn't mean absolutely that everybody should like me. Absolutely. For some people, I can be not pleasant person or whatever. People can disagree with my opinion. So I think every person has his own special energy and charisma and even physical attractiveness, right? Somebody prefer blondes, somebody prefer black hair, somebody prefer pale skin, somebody a little bit sunburned. So that depends. So every person is unique, has his own or her own strongest part side, right, and the weakest. So you know, guys, now my weak sides. I like to talk. I'm too loud, too emotional. You see, too emotional, and I can talk to television, to TV set. I can talk to TV set. So when I watch something, I never keep silence. I always will comment. That can be really irritating. So be ready. Uh, Tony, I understand, Vita. I do this too, but for some reason, personality switches. Yeah, I often don't remember during the switches. What do you mean by switches? What do you mean by switches? From bad one into good one, or from good one into bad one? I can be good at day and bad at night. So, in what meaning you can understand that? Or I can be really bad to the people I don't like. I'm not actress, so I can't show if I feel negative emotions towards person. You can never be mistaken, that will be on my face. I can't hide that. So all my emotions on my face. If I really like, I will really like, and you're gonna feel it. If I don't like, so you're gonna feel it too. So I can be bad to some extent. Gregory, kind of funny how I wrote my comment on both channels and it was skip. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend, Vita. Gregory, so give me your comment here once again, please. I'm sorry if I miss, not intentionally. So we have time. Give me your comment once again. I would take offense, a lot of comments, and I'm sure responses are very random. No, guys, I'm alone here, and technically, I'm not technical person. I'm more talking person. So for me to do some technical movements is a little bit difficult, so that distracts me. So I would prefer to talk, but somebody do for me some technical work, so show me your comments. So I'm sorry if I missed some comment. That wasn't intentionally, Gregor. I didn't mean to offend you in any way. So if you can do me a favor and send, yeah, nothing but silicone. I really read what you texted there, and I said I was ready to offend. I was ready to offend. So yeah, put please your comment once again, and I will give you answer. No problem. We have time, so around 20 minutes more. Gregory, don't make me nervous. Give me your comment. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to give you an answer. Otherwise, I won't sleep. I won't relax because I will feel responsible and I will feel guilty. So guys, until we have some pause, and Gregory, I believe, preparing and texting me his comment, which I missed. Damn me on both channels. So I just want to remind you that my live streams going every Saturday, Sunday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. So by schedule, if nothing extraordinary, of course, happens, because you understand we are living in such time, everything can happen. But so now scheduled, and if everything is fine, we see each other next weekends. Also, please don't forget about other girls. They're waiting for you. It's very pleasant for them to see people on their live streams, because anyway, they are doing that for you, right? To give you some emotions, some knowledge, some experience too, some ideas. So don't miss other live streams of our girls. And of course, don't forget to give us your likes, because as I said, many viewers of video, but very little likes, very few, very little amount. So then I understand, from such a big amount of views, such a small percentage of likes, so people probably didn't like the content or maybe disagree with my opinion. So nothing but silicone. Do you have any younger brothers, Vita? No, I don't have anybody, though I was dreaming about brother or sister. I was really dreaming, but unfortunately I don't have, though. That's why I can't understand when my daughters fighting, especially because they have quite big age difference, like around 9 years. I don't understand what kids with such a big age difference cannot share. So for what they are fighting. They are on the different pages, different age generations, nothing to conquer for, but they do. I don't understand. I'm trying to explain, but they still doing these things. I cannot understand. I really would like to have somebody. Yeah. Gregory. Oh, I wrote that Putin is crazy but not stupid enough to nuke Ukraine, but the radiation will hit Russia. Yes, absolutely. So we all understand and realize he's crazy, but he realized also the possible results of such craziness. But radiation for sure will hit Russia, especially if he hit Kiev Oblast, Chernigiv Oblast, Sumy Oblast. In these cases, Russia will suffer really. That depends also of the wind direction. But the matter is, if by that moment, by that day, he will really care what's gonna happen with this country and his population. I don't see he cares about his people now. So you can see that by the way how he lead this war, how he takes people and bring them as a meat here. So he doesn't care, actually. We can see that. And he understands that, first of all, from all those sanctions and restrictions and limitations, who is suffering most of all? Just common people. Not deputies, not politicians, not millionaires, not singers, not actors, just common people. So that's why that tells me a lot that he really doesn't care. If he has his bunker, so he can hide there. I guess he can live there. I read somewhere he can live there for 20 or 30 years. Everything is ready for that. So he just can check, and whatever happens, he doesn't care. So yeah, Gregory, hope you got my answer and not offended anymore. Tony, other girls are cool, but some are dangerous in a good way. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So that's why you need to join, to have different, because we are from different age groups. We have different experience, different way of thinking, different psychology, and even different psychological types. So I guess from every girl you can get something absolutely different, some other point of view. Maybe I'm against prenuptials, but some other ladies will be for prenuptials because they are more modern, okay, and they are younger, and probably they have absolutely different view on some situation. Not like me. I'm classical person, right? Like classical, old school, traditional. But girls, because they are younger, they can have absolutely different opinion. Maybe that opinion will be more appropriate for you, more useful. So the more opinions you will get from different ladies, different age groups also, that the more it is interesting and like giving you more knowledge. So why not? Tony, Putin is pretty much an irresponsible parent who is bipolar and doesn't care for these children, his people. Oh, did you see the story yesterday? I read some lady were imprisoned. It was a court. She was accused in. She left a note. She left a note on his parents' grave, like, you guys grew up killer and murderer, so take him with you. So take him there. That was Russian lady, and old lady. And she put the note, she write on the piece of paper and put on that graves. So they took her, they found her, I don't know how, but they found her, and but they let her out. She wasn't in prison, but some penalty or something, I guess. So yeah. Yannick, maybe he can concentrate it, but if there is a heave northerly wind, then they get it there too. They will get it anyway. They will get it anyway, even if the wind will be different direction, because dust rain. You all know how it works. You all know. So the bad things can concentrate in the air and even be like a dust, and then later the wind will start to grow, and so it will influence. It's not like you drop it on the same place and to 200 kilometers nothing happened. Everybody will suffer. Everybody will suffer. Remember Chernobyl? Half of Europe, almost all Europe suffered from that. So that would be a craziness to think that Russia will not suffer. So that's why I say until probably he cares a little bit about that, he won't do. When he will understand it's the end and he doesn't care, because people probably won't be happy and will start problems inside the country, so maybe then he will do, but probably not. Nothing. All right, gotta get going. Pleasure chatting with you, Vita. Hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks. I'm gonna have a fabulous evening. Yeah, it's still sunny, by the way, though it's almost 5 p.m. But that makes me happy. We have 3 more sunny day. Yeah, I have to plant today still, if I have a chance. Some raspberry, some blackberry, and some strawberry, because I like and I prefer natural products for my kids. Also, it can save money, though when you're buying, you're spending much money when you're buying small plants, right? But next year, if you're gonna have some good harvest, if you invest this year, then next year you don't need to buy the marketplace. You will have your own. So that's what I prefer for my kids and for myself. Mukul, hello, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Is it right that entire Ukraine facing war problem? It depends on what we mean but facing the war problem. Like, for example, in Sumy Oblast, kids cannot physically go to school offline, right? So we can do only offline. Kiev school, for example, kids go offline, like normal, traditional kids come to the school building and learn in there. If it's a rare raid siren, they go to the shelter. In Sumy Oblast, that's impossible. I would say like this. Of course, all territory of Ukraine is suffering, but it seems now like, of course, northern, eastern, and southern part suffering most of all, because it's constantly hits, rockets, hits, shelling, missiles, war fields, of course, in the western part, Lugansk, Donetsk, Kherson, Zaporozhye, those territories, of course, like tremendously hot right now. Let's see. The other part of Ukraine seems to live more or less okay. But sometimes still, you see, last week Lviv was bombed, Ternopil was bombed, but the further western part, okay, I think even if somebody want to travel, so I know even some people now who want to get some rest, to relax their brains, they can travel to the western part of Ukraine, like Chernovtsi, mountains, Carpathians. Everything is working there. So some resort places, so you can really go there, enjoy the silence, and just some of my friends from Sumy, they were hiding in some part of Sumy Oblast, which is now tremendously short, like for 24/7. So thanks God they escaped from there safely. They get back to Sumy, then they get to western part of Ukraine to stay there for a couple of weeks to enjoy the silence, and then they decide, when here start the situation again to be like escalating, they decide to move to Germany. So now the husband is here in Sumy and his wife and 2 kids in Germany. They really want to get back home, but they think so far it's dangerous. So they're gonna do that probably later. So you understand, of course, the most suffering is north, east, south, central part of Ukraine. All the rest seems okay, but still, of course, can be. Belarus border very close, a lot of nerves and stress for people, and sometimes rockets, not every day, but like also. So, Gregory, I see you. Thank you, Vita, but I wasn't offended. I know you only one person. Yeah, thanks. So I as I said, guys, if I missed somebody's comment, don't think I did it intentionally. I'm ready to answer all questions. So just if you see I cannot see, just send it again. But I guess for today we have 5 minutes more. So all your next questions, I guess we're gonna discuss next week on Saturday, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as always. Nothing. Oh, raspberries. Love making smoothies with fresh raspberries. I used to have a huge raspberry patch. Oh, that's cool. I don't know why, but raspberries not growing well in my place. In the summer, it is so hot that just the berries just like dry out, and the leaves sometimes looks like they burned. I don't know why, so we are watering them and put some poison against some bugs and against some disease, but some are really good, some are really bad. So I decide to buy a little bit more to plant, and next year, hopefully, if I survive this really crazy winter, so then I will have harvest, and maybe one day I will show you my harvest. Yannick, Olaf Putler and his family should be castrated and sterilized after this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, but he will be in the history for sure. He will take his place in the history that will be discussed for years. Yeah. Guys, I didn't miss anybody's comment, which probably was important, didn't offend anybody. So we have like 4 minutes. What I want to say, guys. First of all, I want to say thank you, great thank you to everybody, as always. And I want you to know that I'm really thankful that you always join me on these early mornings, really early mornings, on your weekends, after working days. I understand what that means. Every Saturday, Sunday, I really dream about sleeping a little bit longer. But you waking up, especially for me, maybe not for me, but anyway, you are joining me. So that I really appreciate that. I'm really waiting for all of you. I know who is joining every time and who missed. So thanks one more time. Let's hope for the best, guys. Let's pray for Ukraine. Let's pray for the fast end and that the whole world start to breathe, because I know not only Ukraine suffer from this shit what is going on here, because it influences, of course, and the economy. And I know in Europe people will have to make more economy, right, for heating, for everything. So that's gonna influence everybody, unfortunately. So I wish peace, nice weekends, happiness for all people all over the world. Who is against war? Of course, only for peaceful people, right? And I'm really waiting for you next Saturday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Please give us your likes, share our videos if somebody is interested, and join our live streams with other girls. They also need your support. It's also very pleasant for them to see you joining their streams. So get as much info and emotions from different types of girls, of age and appearance. So guys, I love all of you, appreciate it, all of you, wish you all nice weekends, enjoy. So, and if somebody will have somebody want to ask, if you have some issues with your girls or you need some tips, you can always ask that in my during my live streams. I would comment if you feel some red flags. So don't be shy, no problem. We are here to help you. So love you all, guys, and see you next Saturday. Okay. What? Yeah, I understand. I have to go. Let's don't forget this comment next stream, and we're gonna discuss it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. See you guys.